tips for a strong emergency fund. Hey, it's John from Financial MD. Welcome to today's Didactic Minute. Now, you know from our 4-step roadmap that step 2 is your safety net. And that safety net is then broken down into 2 things, your emergency fund and your insurance program. We'll get into that in later videos. We've done it in previous ones, so check out all our back videos to get some details on that. We're always getting questions on disability insurance, life insurance, car, like all that stuff. It's important, yes. So if that answers that one question, how soon should I get it? As soon as you can afford it. But let's start with the emergency fund, because for most residents that we talk to, that's the most important piece that hasn't been done yet. And it's really not as hard as people make it out to be. So number 1 is 3 to 6 months of your fixed expenses, not all your expenses, not 3 to 6 months of your income, 3 to 6 months, that's a range, 3 the minimum, 6 at the max. So take your fixed expenses, those things that you couldn't change if something happened, rent, utilities, cell phone, not Netflix, not HBO Max, those are not necessary expenses or necessities. But what are those things? Once you have that number on a monthly basis, you can multiply that by 3. If that's a struggle, then use a calculator. And that's the minimum that you should be shooting for. Now, why do we have a maximum? Well, we'll get into this in other videos as well. Look on our compound interest videos, look on all of those investment type of videos. But when you have money in a bank account versus an investment account that's actually invested in stocks, bonds, mutual funds, etc., it's got the potential to grow more in an investment account or a brokerage account. If you leave it in a bank, it's going to get much lower interest. Now, we have high yield savings account, yes, but still, there's more interest, more growth opportunities in a brokerage investment account invested in a diverse basket of stocks and funds, etc. So you don't want to have more than 6 months, because in our research, 6 months is too much money to have just sitting there getting no growth. It'd be very rare you would need more than a 6 months worth of fixed expenses. So we say when you hit that 6 month max, I'm talking to you attendings, get that money into a brokerage account invested properly. So a couple of tips before I go of how to get that emergency fund going. Number 1, set it up. Just open the account. Okay, if that's your step 1 that you haven't done yet, do it. Open it. And then start an automatic transfer. Start with something that's going to stretch you a little bit. If it's $50, if it's $100, whatever. You decide that for you and commit to that. The beauty of the world we're in with automations and technology, you can automate that and it'll happen without you knowing it. Now, if you can do it twice a month, a few days after you get paid, great. That'll make it a little easier. You probably won't feel it at all. But go to nerdwallet.com, bankrate.com, find a good high yield savings account that has a decent rate of return that's easy to set up. You can hook up your checking account to it as soon as your paychecks get deposited. You set up an automatic transfer going twice a month, every 2 weeks, whatever, and get that happening. And check on it in 3 months, check on it in 6 months, and see where it's at. And if you found that you haven't hurt at all, you haven't been feeling that transfer, then up it a little bit. Push yourself, push yourself, push yourself. Every area of life, your career, your finances, your parenting, your marriage, push yourself a little bit to make yourself a little better. Make it a little harder on yourself, and you'll grow. So hope that helps. This is John from Financial MD. Make sure you're liking this and sharing it if you found it helpful. We get out to more doctors if you can share this and like it, leave comments, get that algorithm moving. If you're seeing this on TikTok or Instagram, you know what to do. If you're seeing this on YouTube, Facebook, you know what to do. And be sure to check out the podcast. We're going to have episodes coming out every 2 weeks. And there's much more in-depth and good tips there. So we'll see you next time.